A heartfelt science-based discussion for men over 60 about why daily self-pleasure, particularly morning masturbation, could be one of the most powerful tools for preserving sexual health, hormone balance, mental clarity, and vitality. This video is for older men in the US, UK, Australia, and Canada who are silently struggling with energy loss, low mood, or intimacy issues. Hear stories, learn the facts, and discover how one simple act can support your testosterone, circulation, and even emotional resilience. So then, let's begin. He was found by his daughter on a rainy Tuesday morning, sitting quietly in his favorite chair, a cup of tea gone cold beside him, and the TV humming low in the background. John was 72. Not ill, not in pain, but gone. The doctor called it natural causes, but his daughter saw it differently. He just faded, she whispered at the small memorial. After Mum died, he just started disappearing, bit by bit. John had always been the strong one, a former tradesman with hands like bark and a heart that beat loudest for his family. But in the final years, something shifted. He stopped walking to the shops, he stopped calling old friends, he even stopped joking with the grandkids. It wasn't that he gave up in one moment. It was that his spark dimmed, slowly, without much notice. What no one talked about, not the doctor, not the family, not even John himself, was that he had quietly stopped engaging with one of the most intimate and vital parts of himself, his own body, his sexuality, his masculine energy. He had stopped touching himself, stopped desiring, stopped believing that part of him still mattered. This story, tragically, is far more common than most realize. It's part of a silent epidemic affecting millions of older men, not because they don't care, but because they think it's over. But it isn't over, not by a long shot. In this video, we're going to talk openly, honestly, and without shame about why morning masturbation after 60 isn't just okay. It might be exactly what your body and soul need to stay alive, connected, and whole. Explore the medical facts, the emotional impact of neglecting this essential part of manhood, and what you can do starting today to reclaim not just your function but your fire, because you're still a man, and you still matter. Let's begin with something most men don't hear enough. Sexual activity, including masturbation, isn't a luxury. It's not dirty, it's not shameful, it's biology, and it's essential. After age 60, your body naturally begins to reduce testosterone production. This is a hormone that fuels muscle, bone, strength, energy, memory, motivation, and yes, sexual function. But here's the key. Testosterone operates on a use-it-or-lose-it basis. When you engage in regular self-stimulation, especially in the morning when testosterone peaks, you're giving your body a signal. This system is still needed. Keep producing. Let's break this down. Circulation. Erections require healthy blood flow. When you stop having them, even self-induced, your vascular system begins to deprioritize that area. Over time, this leads to physical atrophy, nerve health. The nerves involved in sexual pleasure are like any others without use. They weaken. Regular stimulation keeps the signals active and sharp. Brain chemistry. Masturbation releases dopamine, oxytocin, and serotonin, neurochemicals that combat depression, reduce stress, and improve sleep. This is powerful medicine. Prostate health. Ejaculation helps flush the prostate and can potentially reduce the risk of congestion-related issues. So when you think about morning masturbation after 60, think of it not as a guilty habit but as a daily tune-up for your hormonal, circulatory, neurological, and psychological health. It's not about lust, it's about life. Now let's talk about the deeper layer. Maybe you've noticed yourself becoming more tired, less motivated, less curious. Maybe your mornings feel heavy instead of hopeful. You used to get up and start the day. Now you sit a little longer. You scroll, you stare, you delay. This is not just aging. This is a loss of inner drive. A man's sexual energy isn't just about sex. It's about direction, purpose, fire in the belly. When this energy is suppressed or ignored, other parts of life start to go dim. To meet Alan, a 68-year-old retired police officer from Canada. After a minor surgery, Alan fell into a slump. He stopped initiating with his wife. He stopped touching himself. He figured, at my age, what's the point? Over 6 months, Alan became withdrawn, irritable, snapping at his wife, avoiding phone calls. His doctor initially prescribed antidepressants, but the deeper issue wasn't just mood, it was a deep disconnection from his core self as a man. With some encouragement, Alan began reintroducing daily physical stimulation, morning walks, and light strength training. He noticed something surprising. Not only did his energy return, his sense of self did too. His wife said he started flirting again. There is profound emotional power in reclaiming your physical pleasure. It's a way of saying to your body, I'm still here, I still count. But many men carry shame around this. Maybe you were told as a young man that it was wrong. Maybe your body has changed and you feel awkward. Maybe you think it's too late. It's not. Do you recognize any of these signs? A drop in motivation or energy, loss of morning erections, intimacy or not feeling like a man, trouble sleeping, or increased irritability or quiet? persistent sense that life has lost color. If so, this isn't just aging. This is a signal and it can be answered. So, what can you do? 1. Make morning stimulation a ritual, not just for pleasure but for health. If you can do it in the morning when your natural testosterone is highest, even 5 to 10 minutes can have benefits. No pressure to climax every time. The act itself signals the body to keep the system vital point to get moving. Blood flow is essential to sexual function. A 20-minute brisk walk daily can do wonders. Add some light resistance exercises like squats or push-ups to improve testosterone and cardiovascular health. 3. Eat like a man who cares. Foods that support testosterone include eggs, oily fish like salmon, nuts and seeds, leafy greens, olive oil. Avoid processed sugars and alcohol when possible. Your hormones are listening. 4. Check your hormones. Ask your doctor for a testosterone panel. Don't let them dismiss your concerns with "it's just aging." Low testosterone is real, and there are safe treatments if needed. 5. Talk about it. Whether with your partner, a therapist, or even in online communities, breaking the silence is healing. You're not the only one navigating this. 6. Embrace self-respect, not shame. Touching yourself is not a betrayal of age, it's an affirmation of life. You're not dirty, you're alive, and you're responsible for keeping that flame lit. 7. Focus on connection. If you have a partner, let them in. Intimacy doesn't have to mean performance. Sometimes, just holding each other or laughing or rediscovering shared touch can be the beginning of something new. 8. Remember, this is not about youth, it's about vitality. You don't need to feel 25 to reclaim your body. You need to feel like you. If you've made it this far, you already know the truth. You're not done yet. You're still a man. You still matter. Your energy, your touch, your desire, they didn't vanish. They've just been waiting for your attention. So here's what I invite you to do. Tomorrow morning, before the noise of the day begins, take a moment. Put your hand on your heart, put your hand on your body. Breathe and say, "I'm still here." Because you are. This isn't about lust or fantasy. This is about connection, health, ownership of your vessel and your vitality. Don't let shame steal your power. Don't let silence convince you it's too late. If this message touched something inside, you'll leave a comment. If you're struggling, say so below. We're building a place here where men don't disappear quietly, where we speak, where we fight, where we heal. Like this video. Share it with someone who might be slipping into the dark quietly. Subscribe to join us in future conversations that matter. No matter what you've lost, there's still more life to live. You're not alone, and you're not finished.